has been 2 years since the last time I've posted a video. That's bad. That is really, really bad. I am going to try and come back and be a bit more regular. There has been a lot of stuff that I've gone on over the past 2 years. I moved. I live more south of England now rather than West Midlands area. I had another child at the beginning of this year, actually. January it was. I have now got 2 boys. I also got engaged to my partner of 2 years. That's probably why I've not posted in 2 years, in all fairness, because he watched my videos. And let me tell you, I have embarrassed myself a lot on here. I'm embarrassing myself now, so take it or leave it. I've been thinking about a while about coming back. I've been thinking for a while about coming back. I do want to do more makeup. I learned how to crochet, so I might be doing some videos about that. I might post some art. I might post some of the gaming that I like to do, because I love gaming. I do. I don't do it as much now because of having 2 children and a house to keep on top of. I'm going to do a makeup look. I don't know what I plan on doing. I'm just going to let my hand do what it wants to do. What the hell did I just say? I'm just going to let my hand do whatever it wants to do, basically, and see what I come up with. So let's just get into it, shall we? So I have already prepped my skin. I am going to show you what I've used, because I have got a new skin routine compared to the very old one that I had. I don't really tend to use exfoliators anymore or cleansers. I know that cleansers are beneficial in some ways to your skin. I just use warm water. I find that works for me. It's not stripping too much off of my skin. If my makeup is caked on heavy, then I will use micellar water as a cleanser just to get the makeup off, and then I just use warm water. I don't find the need to use anything else. Same with exfoliate. I always found that they're too rough on my skin, or that there aren't enough little tiny balls that they have in them to exfoliate. There aren't enough of them in most facial exfoliators. So if you find any of your old face cloths and they're normally like really scratchy, like they aren't as soft as they used to be, so I just use one of them. That gets the job done perfectly fine, so I don't use exfoliators. I have used this vitamin C serum. It's by Sinos. I don't know how you pronounce that. It's not English anyway, but it's vitamin C serum. I love this. I do think it makes my skin feel so much more bright. Like, I had bags under my eyes earlier. Them are gone. They are gone. You can't tell that I am tired. I also use the Sinos, I'm going to call it Sinos, the Sinos Pore Minimising Serum. I use this every time before I put my makeup on. I don't use it every day with the rest of my skincare, but if I know I'm going to be wearing makeup, I use this religiously. I also use the Sinos. The Sinos Day Cream. It has SPF 15 in it. I love this. I used to love Simple Moisturiser, but for some reason more recently that I'd been using it, it was making my skin feel really irritated and sore, so I stopped using that. And then I went over to the Nivea Sensitive Cream, and I hated the dark blue tub that they had. I always found that felt like sunscreen to me, like sun cream, and it was too thick on my skin. I hated how it felt. But the white tub one, I think that's a sensitive cream. I love that. It sinks into your skin beautifully, but I have put that to the side now and I've started using this one. I love this and I use it religiously. I'll use it every day. I have the night cream too. I'll use that every day. And my skin has never felt better. Yes, I have got a spot right here. Let's ignore that. I don't tend to break out as much anymore since using these. I had a deal. If you live in the UK, I had a deal on these to get 5 for £10 from Farm Foods. If the deal's still there, go and get them. I cannot express how good these are. I have also got this aloe vera lip balm. Just a basic lip balm by Derma. That's it for skincare, really. That's me. Done. 4 items. You don't need nothing more, really. I have had this box since I was in college. I was in college back in 2020 and I finished in 2022. I have had this box for 4 years and everything is full of makeup. It's so heavy. I have really got to get a new box for all my makeup. It's so broken. I'm just gonna show you how many eyeshadow palettes I have. This is all eyeshadow. This is the only face palette I have. These two are blushes down here. The rest is eyeshadow. I have so many palettes and I don't know if I've used them all. I don't think I've used some of them, but I'm going to see if I can try a new one today. Right, so what I have here is Fix Plus Prep and Prime by MAC. I don't use primers, I just use this. If this was a perfume, I would wear this. I would wear this every day. It smells so nice. Right, so I think I'm going to start with the eyes first. I don't know what I'm going to do. I normally start with eyes first if I'm going to go darker on my eyes. If I'm going to go lighter, then I will do my base first because it's not really going to mess it up. So to start the base on my eyes, I am going to go in with a concealer. This is Superstay Full Coverage Under Eye Concealer in the shade Ivory 5 by Maybelline. I am struggling to find concealers that I enjoy at the minute. If I put them on top of my foundation for highlights or anything like that, it seems to take the foundation off from underneath, and I don't know why they do that. But this one hasn't been too bad. I haven't had many problems with it. So I am just slapping this on all over my eye. And then you can look as crazy as I do. And then I'm going to take a big flat brush like that and just pat it in to my eye. I have stopped using sponges at the minute because I have found a foundation that I enjoy and it does not need a sponge. Sometimes I might go over with a damp sponge just to make sure I haven't got too much on. But for the most part, I have not been using a sponge at all. I am using all brushes at the minute. I kept finding that the sponge was taking too much of my foundation back off and then I was applying more, so I was running out of my foundation so much and it was just so wasteful. So the concealer's been all blended out all over my eye. Yes, the edges look crazy, but then we're going to blend in with the foundation later. Do not worry. I really need to clean my brushes. Like, look at that one. It's green. That's not mold, by the way. That's an eyeshadow. Right, so I have had this palette for I have no idea how long. Blooming Up by Beauty Glazed. As you can see, it looks like that. Let me show you the inside. It's so pretty, and I don't know why I haven't used it yet. Like, look at that. It's so pretty. Like, I have never had a silver eyeshadow in my collection before. Now I do, and I still haven't used it. I don't know what kind of look or colours I'm going for. I might go for more sunset colours. That area there is kind of calling me. So I've got a clean fluffy makeup brush here. Yes, it is clean. It doesn't look it. Like there are a few like red stains there, as you can see. It doesn't look it, but I promise you it is. And I think I am gonna, it's so dark in here, oh my god. Let me just go and get the lamp. Okay, that's a bit better. There is literally nowhere else for me to put the lamp. So you can see, it's so dark in here. I think I am gonna go for this shade here. I don't know what it's called. It doesn't have a colouring system on it, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go for this, like, that's kind of my skin colour, so I'm gonna say a skin coloured one. I am sick, by the way, so please bear with me. I am going to be sniffling a lot in this video. I am just going to put that in my crease. Yes, there is a lot. Why am I looking at that? There's no mirror in there. I'm just going to pop that into my crease. As you can see, I'm just doing like sweeping motions all across the top of my eye. I'm not doing anything fancy. Just kind of following the socket of my eye. I can't put it there. I have no idea how the light is staying where it is at the minute, but it's working. So hopefully it doesn't fall and break. This is such a pretty colour. Like, it's just ever so slightly more peach than my concealer. Now I think I am going to go in with this lemony colour here. I'm thinking a sunset with a cut crease maybe. we'll see. Oh, I've just pat that on with an angled fluffy brush, and I am literally just gonna stamp it at an angle first, and then kind of twist as I go along into my crease. I have no idea how these eyeshadows work, by the way. I don't know if they're pigmented or not. I am testing this out with you, which is probably not the best idea. It's fine, we have yellows in here, so if need to, I'll use them. I really could have done my base first if I actually knew what I was going to do. I am just taking my fluffy brush that had my pigment on. I should have done my eyebrows before this. You can see them. You can see all the bits that need, that's bad. Literally just diffusing that colour into the colour I put down before. What did I call it now? Transition colour. That's the one. Really doesn't look like I've done anything to my eyes. Oh dear. Right, so the next colour I'm thinking of going for is this orangey kind of colour, and I have got a somewhat clean, kind of flat but fluffy brush. It's not as fluffy as my other ones, let's put it that way. And I am just gonna take that colour and put that just above my crease. Wow, these are so pastel. And I'm just going to stamp that into my crease. It doesn't look like I've done anything. I am really unsure on how I feel about this right now, but we roll. So next I think I'm going to go in with this kind of, I want to say it's like a blush pink kind of colour. And I am just going to take that on a really small pencil kind of fluffy brush. And I'm going to really pat that into the crease. Just like this. Colourware? Wow. So, I am at the point now where I have given up on that eyeshadow palette, and I am going to be using a bunch of different ones instead. That eyeshadow palette is just, it's not working for me. I have seen what the silver looks like and some of the other glittery shadows, and I have used the glittery shadows, and they are so beautiful as like eyeshadow toppers, but as standard pigmented eyeshadows, it's not there. It's really not there. So I am going to be using a different palette that I have called, well, I'm going to be using a mixture actually. I am going to be using another one I've not used yet, the NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette. As you can see, it's see-through. I don't need to open it, but it's got so many different beautiful colours in there, and I do think I'd be able to get a really nice sunset kind of vibe going on. I know it's winter, shush, I don't care. I am a winter girl, but I am sticking to the theme that we've got here. And I have got so many beautiful colours in here, and as you can see, I love this palette. I have used it so much. But yeah, I am going to be using some of the colours from here instead. So what I am going to do is I'm going to take that brush that I had the yellow one before. I'm going to go into the NYX palette, grab all of that yellow. Now look at that, how much better is that already? And I am just going to go back where I did put the yellow. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, what am I doing wrong? No, it's there, the camera's just crap. And I am just going over all the parts that I had yellow on before. I am actually thinking of maybe trying the yellow in here. It's called African Savannah, and I have not really tried any colours in this palette really. Yes, I'm wiping it off. I am starting again, okay? Calm down. Maybe I should just cut all of this out and then nobody will ever know that it didn't go right in the first place. Well, that's an idea. And we are back. I have done my concealer again. I have done the transition colour again. For the transition colour, I used the Revolution Lion King palette. And I used the colour Air in it. And it, again, just matches your skin tone. It doesn't have to be an out there colour for your transition. And what I am going to do is I am going to wipe off that shit. Ooh. So first and foremost, I am going to be cleaning off that brush, and I am going to dip into the yellow that is in this Lion King palette, and we are going to see how that goes instead. I'm hoping it goes alright. I'm just going to pack that on with the brush. That looks to be alright so far. Putting it all over the top of my lid, kind of going towards my eyebrow. I just realised I'm at such a weird angle trying to film that. Why is my face red? Oh my god. My face looks so red right now and I'm not sure why. See, that yellow's a bit better, but I do feel like it could still be better. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to finish the other eye and then see about using the NYX. Right, so I've done the yellow. I added some of the NYX over the top to give it a bit more of a pop. And that does seem to have worked. Okay. So, next, I am going to be bringing out this beautiful Mardi Gras palette by W7. I have got a lot of W7 palettes in here, and some are good, some are not so great. They are very hit and miss, these palettes are. And I am going to go with this colour called Tuscan Sun. It is such a beautiful, vibrant summer orange. Oh shit! Right, that needs to move. Right, so after the second time of my light falling, I think I have finally found a solution to stop it from falling and to still have visibility. I'm going to use the same kind of flat, kind of not fluffy brush again, as I did with the Blooming Up palette. I'm going to be getting some of that Tuscan Sun, just packing my brush in there to make sure I've got pigment. Wow, that, look how bad the mirror is in here. I accidentally knelt on it and it broke. My fat ass broke it. I'm just going to be putting that kind of in my crease and blending it up towards the yellow. So that's one eye done. I actually ended up mixing Tuscan Sun with Alter Ego here. I ended up mixing those two because Tuscan Sun was just, it wasn't showing up enough, and I love that colour. I have used it many times before, but on its own. So mixing it with the yellow, it was kind of taken away from the orange, but I am going to do the other eye and I'll be right back. So for the crease, I am going to go with the colour Living. It's kind of like orangey with a pink, hot pink undertone. So it looks very salmon. That's the best way I can describe it. It looks very salmon in person, but I might mix that with this colour Invitation here. It's a very nice kind of fuchsia colour. So I am, first of all, I'm going to see how Living looks on its own. Taking my fluffy kind of pencil brush and just going to pat that into the crease. Honestly, I kind of like how this colour looks on its own. I might not add Invitation, but I kind of still want to see how it looks. I say that and I'm still going to do it. So I've put those two colours in the crease of both eyes, and I actually think it looks so pretty. It is very summery kind of vibes here. And I don't know what I'm going to do next. I know I want to do a cut crease, but I don't know what colour I should use. And I have got a few options to... Ooh. Look at that. sold. We are doing that colour. So what I've done is I have added just the colour Invitation into the outer corner of my eyes. The outer corners of my eyes. I don't have one. And I am going to take that shade Royalty from the Lion King palette. First of all though, I have got a flat packing brush, and if I find my spray I am going to use that. I am going to take a flat packing brush and just spray it with some of my Fix It. And I am taking that shade Royalty from the Lion King palette. And I don't use concealer anymore for a cut crease. I just wet my brush, outline where I want the eyeshadow to go, and it goes just like that. I'm just blending that into the outer corner colours, just like that. It looks so pretty. I can't. And then the same goes for the other eye, of course. That is the eyes done for now. We are now going to go ahead with the rest of our makeup. My partner just phoned and interrupted me during my video. I am now going to take my MAC Matchmaster foundation. It has SPF 15 in it, and it is in the shade NC20, because I am that white, I might as well be transparent. And I am taking that on a flat-headed brush. I have lost my mirror. I have put my mirror away. And so I am just going to dot that in the places that I normally put it. And I am just going to pat that into my skin, like so. Bring it down my neck a little. This is such a great match for me, especially in the winter. Mostly all year round, but especially in the winter because I am just so pale. And I also find that I don't really need to cover any redness that I have. As you can see, I do get a lot of redness. But look at that. Redness there, it's gone. It's gone. One thing to note with this foundation is, especially if you're doing it with a brush, it does look a little messy at first, but it does settle down and look extremely smooth. And I love that about the foundation. So next I'm going to be taking this blush made by Mitchell, and it is in the colour Hollow there. This is a great shade for me for contour. As you can see, it's quite a neutral brown. And I just put that in the places that I like to contour. Same for everybody really. So I have put the contour in all the places that I like to contour, like along my nose, by my hair, your basic places really. And I'm going to take this rounded angle brush and just blend that outwards. I'm going from my cheek where the contour starts and going up towards my hair. And then for my jaw I'm just going to go side to side because I don't want a line there. And then I'm going to bring that up to the side of my jaw. And then I'm just going to slightly blend it down to diffuse it a little. And then for the nose I'm just going to be very gentle and pat it in, because I want that to be like the most harsh part of my contour. I want it to have the most dramatic effect. Right, I'm taking that concealer that I used earlier for my eyelids and I'm just putting it here, down my nose, a little bit on the tip, putting some across my cupid's bow, here in the corner of my eye, here at the outer corner of my eye. You don't need a lot of concealer under your eyes. This is a very common misconception with makeup. You do not need a lot under. On my chin. And then just to make that contour a bit more dramatic, a little bit there. All I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking my brush for my foundation to help blend it in a bit better. And I am just blending all of that out. Going to be more gentle on the nails because we don't want to completely eliminate the contour that we had earlier, and also I don't want to take the original foundation off. Blend it in on my chin. And for the concealer part, I am going to be taking a flattened fluffy brush and using that for my concealer, because obviously a big brush isn't going to reach there very well, and it's just going to take away from a lot of the eyeshadow. Kind of blend this part out because I don't want to have a completely clean cut there, but I want it clean enough. And now the other side. A lot of the time I do like to fill in my eyebrows, but because this is such a bright and vibrant look, I am not going to be filling them in today. I don't necessarily feel like I need to. That is just your choice whether you want to. I am taking my Studio Fix powder by MAC, and this is in the shade NC20. They do have matching colours for your foundation. I'm taking a big round fluffy brush, just packing it in there, and I am just going to dot it all over my face. This powder, along with the foundation, really makes your skin look flawless. I love this combination so much. Every time I've been doing my makeup now for the past couple of months, because that's when I got it, I have been so in love with it. Can't forget to do the neck. Now I am taking my MAC blush called Margin, and I am just taking a smaller angled fluffy brush, dipping it in there. I'm going to tap a lot of that off because I am not a big blush person, and I am just popping that in my, I can't remember what you call that area, but I'm popping it round there and just bringing it down towards my face. I don't want it directly on my cheek. Doing this really does help, giving that lifted sort of look. And you would be quite surprised at how applying just your blusher really affects how your face looks. I'm also going to pop some of that on the end of my nose. Some across my forehead just to warm it up. And also around the chin area. Right, so we're going back into the eyes now that the base is finished, and I am thinking I am going to add this colour to my bottom eyelashes just to really make my eyes stand out. And I am just taking a very thin flat-headed brush. Where's my mirror gone? And I am going to gently apply that to my bottom line. Can you see the difference that it has made to my eyes? I love that. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some highlight to the inner corner and to my brow bone. I'm going to be using this really nice shimmery shade called Look Inside Yourself here. And it's kind of like a really, like a platinum blonde kind of colour, but in eyeshadows. It's so strange. But I am just going to see how that looks. It's very subtle, but I like it. That looks so pretty. Now just adding that to the brow bone. And that is it for eyeshadow. Next I'm going to be adding some mascara. And I like to use a lash primer before I add it on. And this lash primer is called Lash Supreme Volume Primer by Avon. And first of all, I'm going to curl my eyelashes before I do that. Ow! I just got my eyelid. Now for mascara, I'm going to be using the Magnum Volume Express Super Film by Maybelline. I I really am enjoying this mascara at the minute. I do find it really hard to find mascaras that I enjoy because either I don't like the wands or I don't like the consistency of the mascara. Like sometimes it's too gloopy or too thick. But I am really enjoying this one at the moment. Can we just appreciate how pretty the eyes are looking? Is it just me who physically can't pull a straight face whilst doing mascara? I physically can't look normal whilst doing it. Anyone else? Or am I just crazy? I might just be crazy actually. Yeah. Look at those lashes you couldn't tell existed before. They are there, they are just small. Next I'm going to be using my all-time favourite highlighter, and it's just says Shimmer by MUA. It's a shimmer highlight powder, that's what it's called. But it is in the shade Peach Diamond, and I absolutely love this stuff. I'd walk out looking like I'm a vampire from Twilight if I could, just plastering this all over my face. I love the stuff. In some lights it looks peach, and in some lights it looks kind of lavender. And looking at me normal, you can't tell that I've got it on, and then bam, look at that. So shiny. It's not at all, it's not glittery. You don't see big chunks of glitter on your face. I hate highlighters that are like that, and I've actually got one and I've just not thrown it away. It doesn't look too ashy in certain lights. I really feel like this suits my skin tone quite nicely. A little bit on the nose. Look how pretty that is. Down the bridge. A little on my cupid's bow. Tiny bit on my chin. And then a little bit above the brow here. And here. There we go. Melt moustache on. We love that here. If you don't, go. For the lip, I am going to be using this brown eyeliner pencil by MAC, and it has aloe vera and vitamin E in it. And I am just going to be lining my lips with that by trying to use the camera. Wow, this is so hard. Here's a tip. If you keep finding that your lipsticks or your lip liners are making your teeth look yellow, it's because you're using the wrong undertone. For warmer tones tend to make your teeth look more yellow, but the cooler undertones make them look extremely white. I'm trying to talk while doing my lips and it's really not working out. Now all I'm doing is just smudging it a little bit with my finger to help make the lipstick blend in with it a bit better. This lip liner is such a beautiful cool tone brown. This is the lipstick by Wet n Wild, and it is in the shade Bare It All. It's a very neutral kind of lipstick, and I find that this matches my lip colour perfectly. I can wear it without any lip liner and you can't tell that I've got it on. It is quite a matte lipstick, but I am such a fan of matte lipsticks. This is by far one of my favourite brands for matte lipsticks. They don't feel dry on your lips. They don't make your lips look crusty. I am going to go for a little bit of a lip gloss topper. And I have no idea what brand this is. All it says is Ghost on it. I don't even think it has a shade on it. No, but it is such a pretty lip gloss. It doesn't feel too sticky. And it's quite shimmery. The reason why I'm patting it on is because I don't want a lot of it on my lips. Look how shiny that is. Has like really small little flecks of glitter in, and I think it looks so beautiful. Final step of the makeup, and I am going to be setting my face for this because this is actually a setting spray as well, in case I didn't clarify that before. And that is it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed how this turned out. I am such a fan. I know that I am going to be doing this in the summer. I am very happy with how it came out, and I hope you enjoyed it too. Maybe you might have learned some new tricks and tips. Please leave a like and a comment. I am going to try and bring regular content out, even if it's just once a week. This is something that I do feel quite passionate about. Thank you for watching, and I will see you the next time I post. Whenever that will be, hopefully soon. Bye!